Why is breathwork so powerful? If you're into this space, mindfulness, spirituality, you're into the esoteric stuff, I'm sure at some point you've come across breathwork and you might be wondering, why is everyone going on about this? What is it that makes this special? Well, don't worry, because I'm about to tell you the reasons why. Now, it's really two folds. The first reason that breathwork is so powerful is that one, is to do with what we call prana, okay, or what they say is energy that's floating around the air. Now, whatever view you want to take, you want to view it as energy, you don't want to view it as energy. Realistically speaking, if I'm just going to keep it, scientific, prana is just oxygen. And the whole point is that as you do breath work, you change the depth of your breath, the way that you breathe, the way that you move as you breathe. You are essentially affecting the level of oxygen in your blood, okay? That's what prana is. It's the effect of blood moving around your body. And when you start to pair this with yoga, you start to shift where the blood flows in your body and it creates a different experience. Now, that's the first reason that breathwork is powerful because you're essentially dealing with prana and you're moving it throughout your body. But the real reason that breathwork is actually powerful is because you're effectively stimulating death. To put it simply, you are simulating death and you're essentially causing yourself to mildly pass out. Okay, if you do this while standing up, you most likely will pass out if you do it properly. And I mean, yeah, I've done it standing up. I passed out. Um, that's why they tell you. That's why they advise you to sit down. Because I did it. I can't lie. I fell over. I broke something in my room. Like I woke up. Anyway, that's another story. I'm not trying to scare you. The whole point is this: breathwork is you simulating death, and the reason this is so powerful is because you actually can't access God without going through death. Now, when I say death, I'm not talking about a literal sense of death, but if you're going to pursue this path spiritually, magic, alchemy, inner work, you are essentially committing an ego death. Because if you like to imagine God, God is this liquid fluid that is flowing all around us. And your ego is this, it's just this, it's a very thin straw, okay? You got this whole universe and it gets filtered through this one ego which goes through you. When you do breathwork and simulate death, you just get rid of that straw. The straw's gone. Okay, and then that's when you start to have these vast experiences, healing experiences, energy. You feel buzzing, you feel tingling. You notice it a lot with other people. You see, people only seem to experience God when they have an NDE, a near death experience, or when they meditate. Because what is meditation? It's a releasing of the ego, but it's done through the mental faculty, okay? Breathwork is you doing a physical action to release the ego, simulate a mild death. Meditation is you doing a mental activity to simulate mild death, a loosening of who you are, a loosening of who you believe you're supposed to be. And once you do that, God can come through because your ego is here to help you function in the real world. But as I said, it's confined and God is infinite. To access infinite, you need to remove the limitations. Okay? So I hope you understand and catch the drift on why breathwork is so powerful. And then you start to have experiences. So yeah, if you want to learn a bit more about breathwork, follow me. I'm going to post some guides on how to do breathwork safely, correctly, because also breathwork can bring up trauma, it can bring up things as well. Um, yeah, you want to do it safely. I mean, yeah, you don't have to follow my advice. You can do whatever you want, but I mean, I've been doing it for a while. I know what I'm doing now. You won't have to fall over. You won't have to do it standing up if you listen to what I'm saying. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. That's why breathwork is powerful. You're moving prana, you're simulating death, and that is how you get through to God.